India is one of the biggest pizza markets in the world. From a 50 rupee slice to a 1000 rupee gourmet pie, we eat it all. But what really goes behind marketing a pizza brand in a country this complex? Today we have a conversation with Shobhit Sen, the man behind Oven Story India and pizza category of Rebel Foods, on celebrity marketing, data versus gut, and whether the pizza industry is about to change forever.
Last year we did a campaign with Abhishek Sharma. What we wanted to do was connect someone who's similar to our brand. We could have taken a Yuvraj Singh, let's say a Rohit Sharma.
Was there any moment that you felt that data pointed out some way, but your gut pointed out in the other?
While हमने majority of the products crack किए, but eventually retention of products की नहीं आई. We were on the verge of giving up on this category. We also have Daily Meals brand that really works on Navratri. There's something like a Sabudana Khichdi is a very big hit. I don't see myself working in that brand because I don't think so. That brand reflects me. Pizzas launch kar do especially for Ramzan. Doesn't make sense.
यार ये ऐसे नहीं चलना चाहिए. This is something off.
Agar if there is this change that will happen, I think so. Pizza industry could be changed for good.
For good. Is Oven Story really using dairy mozzarella or not?
No.
What do you think about your competition like Domino's?
Domino's is something that everyone in India relates their first pizza experience to, right?
And what about Pizza Hut? Because it's kind of struggling.
I think so. They need to improve their product.
So, is the era of mega celebrity brand ambassadors dead for Indian QSR? One thing you know now about brand building that you wish you had known at start. How's the future of Oven Story or the brands that you're managing looking like?
Why are you doing this podcast?
So, what all do you manage and what exactly does it go? Matlab, if we can like just start from there,
Sure.
About you and yeah.
Works. First of all, thank you so much, Ronit, for having me. I'll start from the very start. I was born and brought up in Chandigarh. I really think that is where my whole journey of marketing started, because that place gave me a culture of being humble, respecting elders, and at the same time the culture of my family that I was brought up in really made me understand what I am, and from there only I think so as the whole journey of growth and the whole journey of a professional start. Born and brought up in Chandigarh, did my undergrad from Chandigarh in commerce. Post that, got an opportunity to work with Godrej and Boys in Mumbai. Did a 1-year stint in commercial department. So that was my first ever professional stint. This was a graduate trainee program where you are given different departments, different roles to handle. I was first looking at the logistics department for 4 to 5 months. Then next 4 months was supporting sales and marketing function, and last 4 was more about admin. During that journey, that was my first professional interaction with marketing, and I really enjoyed that 4 months in between stint. It was based. So I was working partly in Mumbai, then I got to work in Chandigarh also, while staying at home. But at the same time, the discomfort of the marketing team, making sure that every purchase order that went through should be according to the brand standards. So that was a small entrance into marketing, and from that time on, I was very clear that this is something I want to pursue as a full-time professional career. So I quit Godrej and decided to study further about marketing. Wrote my CAT back in 2017 and got selected in IMT Ghaziabad. Did my 2 years MBA from there with specialization in marketing. And yes, then COVID happened. While I was placed in a different company altogether, got a lucky call from the HR at Rebel Foods. It was out of the blue. I still remember that time back in November of 2020. While I was thinking that should I join my family business or should I pursue marketing for my future. But that call and those 2 months, there were multiple round of interviews that happened. But that made me very clear in my head that the education that I did and the start that I had from the very beginning, I really wanted to test myself out in this field. And yes, got an opportunity to work with Rebel Foods. Joined them back in Feb 2021 in a brand experience role because my thought at that time was working while I wanted to work in marketing department, but that was the best entry possible for me because understanding what consumer wants day in day out and in an industry like food where you get hundreds and thousands of customer comments day in day out, you read that, you action on that, and you really understand what your consumer is. I think so that 1 year in 2021 really shaped me as a marketing professional because now every decision that I make till now, my first thought is how this decision would impact my consumer. So yeah, a small gist of this whole journey that I had to start myself as a marketing professional. Yeah.
And currently, what exactly are you handling now?
So currently, for Rebel Foods, I am taking care of the pizza category, where I lead 3 brands. Our flagship brand as Oven Story Pizza, and two other brands. One is the Pizza Project, a more different take on pizzas, and a 99 square pizza, a very value based, a square shaped, a different kind of pizzas that you won't find normally, and that too everything priced at 99. Whether it be your a classic margherita to a proper chicken tikka pizza, everything at 99.
Okay, wow. So one thing. So how has you working now here for about say 5 years, and before that, and you talked about marketing. So, what have you learned about marketing in over the years in terms of something the perceptions you had, right? One thing that I think you were mentioning about left brain and right brain, right?
Yes.
Correct. So one is you realize that okay, you need a lot more data also, and not just on the instincts. But beyond that, what is something you know as a young professional thought, and now today, what is something that you have realized? Oh, this is not what it was, and you would kind of want to change. You changed your belief.
Got it. I think so. It started with entering Rebel Foods in 21. When I got an opportunity to work with the brand team directly, it was for us. It was not a single brand manager role. It was more about a brand CEO, where you don't just work on your gut instinct. You take decisions based on eventually what will land business to your bottom line. So that is very different from what I thought marketing would be. And when we started campaigns, it was never with the thought of just salience. It was a thought of eventually how it would land to my consumer. And that is where I think so everything starts. Understanding your consumer, building a consumer persona is very important before you start any approach to marketing.
Fair.
So we were just talking about, let's say, data points. So the amount of data we have is humongous, and you can't go through every comment day in day out. Now with the invent of AI and AI on on a click of a button. These tools are just redefining how marketing can be done and how you can better understand your consumer.
Correct.
So I'll just give you an example. So last week we started training on newer versions of AI, what we can do next. We were working on we were working in cloud, and what we did was we just launched a new brand called Honest Ball, and we put all the customer comments inside that inside the AI, and we just fed that what consumer insights we get from it, what our consumers are liking, disliking about the product, and in a click of a button, all that comments. So these were, let's say, about 20 to 30,000 comments. Within 5 to 6 seconds, we got enough insights of what next we want to do about this brand, where our consumers are facing problem and what we need to fix. So yeah, marketing is something that is completely transforming. And yes, that's how marketing is for us today. Yeah.
I think a very interesting thing you mentioned about, how, AI and data and how things are kind of changing over the years, and how marketing is not about just, uh, you know, tracking about the campaigns and anything, but actually seeing that ROI in terms of bottom line. But so when it comes to, see, one part of it is marketing in that sense. But what are your thoughts in terms of, because you mentioned you work on like a basket of brands and everything,
Yes.
right? So when it comes to brand building, right, there are different things that may not be able to, quantify, where someone cannot usually quantify, about numbers, about something that you directly see an ROI on. So as someone who is in the process of building a brand of something that really feels, oh, this is a brand kind of a thing, you have to have some sort of qualitative elements to it. How do you go about then taking decisions in terms of making a decision, okay, this is relevant for the brand, may not directly show the numbers, or do you not go that route at all? How do you go and balance to create that balance?
Got it.
Because sometimes some things are not exactly measurable in terms of the brand, because there are some certain soft touch points. So
Sure.
how do you approach that?
Sure. I'll talk about specifically for food industry, because for food industry, something like word of mouth works the best. You can put in a lot of salience budget, but that won't eventually give retention to you or repeat to you if your product is not good. So for in food category, 90% of your efforts are driven by the food product that you're serving.
Got it.
Right?
Okay.
And how it, for specifically because we are a cloud kitchen company, for us delivery also plays a vital role. How it eventually reaches your end consumer.
Okay.
So if your 90% is fixed, a lot of problem is solved. If there is problem in that 90%, you can do whatever you want. The customer won't come back.
Fair.
He has a lot of options there.
Fair.
There are lots of giants sitting there. He won't come back to you. So as a marketer, as a brand CEO, you need to make sure that your 90% is fixed first. You can keep on trying on that 10%, but that won't give you results till 90% is fixed.
Okay.
So yeah, once your 90% is fixed, then you need to understand your consumer. Why I'm stressing on this point, because let's say we are a gourmet pizza brand. We can't solve for if my customer is not ordering, let's say, a 900 rupees pizza. There would be a majority of chunk that would only order a value pizza, right? So you need to understand what market you want to target. So let's say we create a 2x2 matrix specifically in pizza category. So there are three different categories that are there right now. There is gourmet. Gourmet, you will have players like Nomad. You will have players like Galaxy Pizza, Fat Lulu's, or a pizza bakery in Bangalore. Then you have mass premium, where the majority global players are, let's say Domino's, Pizza Hut, and in a similar place, Avan Story is there. And then there is a mass brand. These brands are majorly low quality ingredients but are serving a lot of mass, right? And every distinct this category has different consumers.
Okay.
You and that category would have a sample size, right? Now if I'm targeting a gourmet category, there would be, let's say, 7 to 10%, an estimated 7 to 10% of market would be there. Now
Right.
now if your business thought is that I want to make it a pan India brand,
Huh.
it won't be possible, because there are only, let's say, 30 to 35 locations that it would really work in India,
ठीक है, fair.
right? Understanding India is also very important if you are working as a marketer. India, while living in metros, we see a part of India, but a lot of India you don't understand, right? So we have cloud kitchens, let's say, in Agra, Patna. We just opened up in Pathankot. So these tier twos are way different than how a tier one would work. We never. It would be a very surprising fact that the day we opened up in Patna, our sales were crazy. We never expected this type
For this.
for the house of brands that we have.
Okay, all of them. Huh.
So you need to understand India. You need to understand what consumer you are targeting, and you need to have a focused approach on your product and your experience there. So for me, a combination of this would eventually lead to where you as a marketer define your category, define how you want to place it, and define how you market.
Got it. Okay. Again, you mentioned about the consumer first, right? You go the consumer approach and then you decipher the kind of brand building activities you have to take, because that will define the touch points as to how do you want to position the brand, whether it's the packaging and everything. It has to come from the consumer first as to what kind of consumer are you serving and what kind of service or the product you're offering, especially even if in food, right? So when in a category like this, like where there is no physical store, right?
Yeah.
There is no in-person interaction with the customer in terms of the product consumption. If and only you can see through it, like aggregators, different aggregator platforms. Now, how does a brand create multiple touch points beyond just social media content or say Swiggy, Zomato? How does one as ensure that the touch points or the feel or the experience of the brand and the product and everything continues to connect with the audience even though it's not physically there? Like, how do you go about building that?
Got it. So when you have a physical store, the ball game is very different. When you're just working as a delivery only company, the
Yeah.
ball game is very different, because
Yeah.
now being in marketplace is one thing, but eventually being a chosen player is very different. So while you can also create your own D2C platform, while you can also create your own app, that is with Avan Story, but bringing them to your platform is very expensive.
Yeah.
Now, how do you connect with your consumer day in, day out in a category where consumption is very frequent?
Agreed.
Right? It's more on how you make sure that every touch point or every event that your brand is living happens. That is where your customer also gets delighted. So there's another thing that as Rebel Foods, we make sure that customer delight is something that we really value, right? It could be basic sticky note that we'll send with our packaging, that it may say that have a good day. I hope this pizza does the perfect job for your hunger. something like that just puts a smile to the face of a consumer. A consumer would never understand that it's done from a lot of understanding of how a consumer is, what his day would be like, and eventually it just feeds in his mind that this is my trusted brand. While you can't deny about the 90% has to be fixed.
Yeah.
These small edges give you that additional input in a customer's life.
Got it.
And then you should understand where your brand really that where major consumption of your brand happens. We were earlier discussing that cricket and pizza goes really well. Whenever there is an Indian Indian match,
Yeah.
pizza consumption really goes high.
Yeah.
So when that is happening, how do you make sure that you stay relevant for the consumer? For example, right now what we are doing in our story is we are sending out cricket goodies with our pizza.
With our pizza, yeah.
So
okay.
it is like a surprise for consumer that you order a pizza, let's say in Mumbai, and you get a World Cup keychain with it. It's something that you'll keep.
Yeah.
And this small gestures make sure that your brand is well connected with your customer.
Got it. Fair.
So you have to go that additional step when you are only a delivery focused company, that you make sure that your customer is just not satisfied but delighted with every order that he does with your brand.
Since like say a category like pizzas, right? There is a very wide range of TG, right? From say 16-year-olds to 35-year-olds at least, is what I can imagine, or maybe 40-year-olds who are comfortable in ordering from QSR, right? And but how do you talk differently to such a wide range of customers in terms of, even if one is obviously tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 bifurcation, but if not just from an age point of view, because maybe if you are serving say cities, because most of the aggregators are in cities, but the age group, like say a 18-year-old will be very different from a 35-year-old mentally, and the consumption in terms of content they are consuming, in terms of brand experience they want. For an 18-year-old, a pizza might be just 2 a.m. snack. 35-year-old, it might be just once a month cheat meal kind of a thing, right? So how do you communicate constantly to different types of TGs, still at the same time maintaining a common sort of a brand voice?
Got it. So I'll give you my example only, that when I got in this category, this brand was, we did a market research and we found out that this brand was majorly serving 25 to 35 year bracket.
Okay.
When we started deep diving into it, we understood that something like a pizza mania that is very famous with Domino's, or a pizza that has less mozzarella, a single serve pizza that has less toppings, is something that beyond the age of 25 people don't majorly consume.
Okay.
And that was missing in our portfolio that at that point of time. So we introduced Pizza Mania, and what happened was there was a drastic increase in the number of orders. Now then we started doing some FGDs where we got in young customers. We understood from them that for them even pricing plays a very important role. So as a brand, you should have a mix of everything, so that you can target your 18 to 25 plus 25 to 35 and 35 beyond also. Because pizza is something that now everyone consumes. There is no age limit that beyond this no one consumes. So we have to keep that in mind first. So the first point would be making sure that your menu has item that is relevant for a college going student who has limited money to spend. He won't be spending a lot on his on a meal, on a cheat meal, where instead of having mess food, he would have, let's say, 100 to 200 rupees. In that bracket, you won't get a mozzarella pizza. You would get a Pizza Mania range. So you should have that. And at the same time, when there is a group event, which is largely where pizza comes in, that is where you have a proper medium-sized pizza.
Got it.
So first of all, making sure that everything is relevant for your consumer. Then working on different events.
Okay. So what you mentioned this, you mentioned about the product solve. Like
Yes.
this is the product solve, but one I got the idea, but this obviously keeping in mind the product is there, but how do you go about the brand communication solve of it?
Yeah,
Ki-
so this-
because how does a brand come across in a mind of an 18-year-old and a 35-year-old, and both can match ki, acha, this Avan story or any brand will have a category for me. Our 35-year-old will also feel, this person will have a category for me.
Got it. So it is about staying relevant in your communication and at the events that you are most ordered in.
Okay.
Let's say when we are talking about, again, pizza goes well with cricket. Now, last year we did a campaign with Abhishek Sharma. What we wanted to do was bring in, so connect someone who's similar to our brand. We could have taken, let's say, a Yuvraj Singh. We could have taken someone, let's say, a Rohit Sharma. But we wanted to also make sure that person understands who this brand would relate to, right? Abhishek Sharma, young talent coming up, like something new, something disruptive. That is what a brand like Our Story stands for. Disrupting the market that is led by foreign competition. And that is how we want to place it in the minds of a consumer. We can't just force them that it's better than, let's say, a Domino's or a Pizza Hut. We have to psychologically put these references that similarly to, let's say, an Abhishek Sharma, this brand is relevant to them. This brand would be the next player in the market, next big thing. So that is where you add those nuances, right? So that is how you plug in small references of how this brand is, how this brand would be. There's not a single way that you can communicate to everyone, because Gen Zs understand a different language, millennials have a different way to speak. So
absolutely.
So you just can't do a one size fits all.
Yeah.
So you keep on harping on these events, making sure that it is relevant to everyone, and your communication goes out through that.
And you know, the brand like Avan Story you mentioning, so it had started from our very product led angle, right? Where you had like 4 cheese bases and everything very specific, right?
Yeah.
But then obviously it's shifted to a standout pizza lifestyle positioning, right?
Yeah.
Very standout kind of different kind of pizzas, and that's the kind of positioning you guys cater to later on. So what changed actually, and what insights did you find internally, or any research that you found that left to that got this change happen, or was there something else that was the reason this change happened?
Got it. So Amazon is still a very young brand. It was formed back in 2017 when the whole Rebel Food started this whole concept of cloud kitchen. So Fasos was our first brand. Then we started with Behrooz and Avan Story back in 2016-17, where this brand was just filling in as a cloud kitchen model where you can deliver different brands from a single kitchen. At that time, there was no distinct identity of the brand because it was very young. It was testing the markets. Then 2019, we worked on the brand core for the first time, and we found a gap that at that time no one was really concentrating on cheese. That's where we launched the whole concept of 4 cheese, where on every pizza you can have a different cheese flavor. Post 3 years post that, we found out that cheese brand was again stable at a number, and customers were okay with the cheese, but they wanted something extra. Now we again did a market study, and then what we understood was with the players that were there at that time, everyone was selling almost the same thing.
Yeah.
It was everywhere you could get the same chicken tikka pizza, paneer tikka, similar margherita pizza, similar veggie pizza. There was no distinction. And then we took a call to change it from a cheese lens, because at that time cheese, while it was stagnant, but it was not giving us a repeat or a retention at that time.
Okay.
So we moved to a very different approach. That was standout pizza. Now what standout stood for was how you can have a different pizza experience. A range of different veggies, a range of different flavors. That was something that no one was doing in the market. So yeah, that's why we moved from 4 cheese to a standout range.
Okay.
And yes, right now that is something that we are working on. And so it's more about a brand tagline. It's something that that changes with time, changes with how market is moving. I'm sure that in another 1 to 2 years we would also change how standout topping is.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. So now if you see a lot of gourmet pizza players are entering the market, so for them now in a tier 1 standout pizza may not work for them, because they already get these options.
Yeah.
So moving in a different, so that's what again, as a marketer you need to keep on evolving. You can't be stuck on something that was working, let's say 2 years ago, is not relevant right now. So as a marketer, and in a place that is very dynamic, food is something that every year there's a different trend in food. Last year we saw that Korean trend. Everyone was selling Korean, right? So you need to adapt to the market very quick. You need to understand what will happen in future, and keep on working on it. So that's how a food category works. That's where we are placed. So,
Got it. Was there any moment that you felt that, data pointed out in some way, but your gut pointed out in the other? And what happened? Which one actually won? And like, has there been a time where you felt ki, yaar, no, this data feels, but something feels off?
Got it. I'll give you an example that was very transformational for my professional journey. Back when I joined in 21, I was working in the dessert category. I was handling the experience part of it, and we were launching for the very first time desserts that were having no artificial flavors, no artificial colors, and that was something that was unique in India that no one has ever tried. We were extracting the redness of red velvet from a cucumber. From a radish. That was something that no one has ever tried. And the data pointed out that the consumers would be moving towards, because that was peak COVID time, more healthier, more natural food substance, right? So we gave it all. We completely changed our product line.
Okay.
That was completely based on natural flavors and natural colors. Now, in that phase, what we realized that because of the transformation, we were limited to some flavors, because some flavors couldn't transform. And the second point was, eventually the taste of that product was going down.
Okay.
Because adding no flavors, no colors would eventually hamper how the product stability is. So at that point, 22, I started leading this brand. Did a lot of, while there was this consumer study that people would be moving towards no artificial flavors or colors, but at the same time, results were not showing for us in terms of how the product sales were, or
this was for which product specifically?
This was for Sweet Truth brand.
Okay.
So starting from even our cheesecakes,
This is for the entire category.
entire portfolio for the brand.
Portfolio for the brand. ठीक है.
So सब कुछ we transformed completely to no flavors, no colors.
ठीक है.
ऐसा कोई मतलब उस टाइम इंडिया में तो we were very sure, internationally भी मतलब we tried to research a lot, कोई कर नहीं रहा था. While हमने majority of the products crack किए, but eventually retention उस products की नहीं आ रही थी. And then I took that call while we were on the verge of giving up on this category. कि should we even do this or not? Because मतलब this brand was not moving at all. Then I started working on the product with my chef. And while we preserved 80 to 90% of that, no colors, no preservatives, but in certain products that was not possible at all. We relaunched the whole menu. मतलब 30 SKUs हमने एक पे काम किया, पूरे नए launch किए. It took us 6-8 months. हमने brand पे कुछ नहीं किया. We focused completely on the product. And from that point, the brand is 3x today. So that is where I understood कि consumer, while उस time एक sentiment होता है, you shouldn't take those harsh calls on that sentiment. उस time there was a big sentiment, we would be मतलब the whole industry would get transformed, this and that, but eventually desserts is something that people want to cheat on. And it's like, for what we understood more is that it's like a celebration for them, right?
Correct.
It's not just cakes, but a single dessert also. People used to say that while in our FGDs we understood that people were commenting like, I had a very good day at office, I want to eat a dessert. अब I don't care कि उसमें क्या है क्या नहीं है.
मेरे को एक्सपीरियंस अच्छा
मुझे अच्छे ब्रांड से मुझे उसके क्वालिटी ट्रस्ट आ जाएगा, ठीक है. एंड मतलब it should be FSCI regulated है. So we are, all our kitchens are FSCI regulated. We are not hampering anything there. But at the same time, the taste of that product shouldn't be compromised. Okay. So there are categories that, like, again, guilt-free desserts is something that is coming up, but that will take its own journey.
अभी तो उसकी ऑडियंस थोड़ी नीश है,
बहुत नीश है.
उसकी धीरे धीरे मे बी बिल्ड हो, बिकॉज पीपल आर गेटिंग, बट आई स्टिल फील कि एक ऑडियंस हमेशा रहेगी, वुड बी लाइक क्या मुझे वो खिला दो, मतलब जो मुझे जैसा खाना है मुझे, यू नो, वन ऑफ मे बी. तो आई थिंक या ट्रू, दैट इज़ वेरी 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 मतलब ग्रेट इनसाइट यार. आई थिंक क्योंकि होता क्या है ना कि वी गो सो मच ऑन डेटा समटाइम्स, बट एक्चुअली जो हमें दिख रहा होता है या जो एक्चुअल इमोशन है वो मिस हो जाता है, इज व्हाट आई फील. बिकॉज अर्लियर जैसे मार्केट रिसर्च करते हैं ब्रांड्स कितने सारी एजेंसीज के थ्रू, बट आई जस्ट फील कि बिकॉज जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल वी आर a creative agency, ठीक है, so we help brands with content and everything. So there are data that we get from brands and socials पे content डाल रहे हैं and this, but there is sometimes that gut feeling that and that reading of the room जिसे कह सकते हैं, I don't know, यार ये ऐसे नहीं चलना चाहिए, this is something off, right? कि this doesn't feel natural, and I think that's the kind of thing you also mentioned. So
I'll tell you one thing. I think so. When you talk about brand manager or brand building, any brand eventually reflects who's the brand manager there or brand CEO in our terms there.
Yeah.
For every brand that even we have, so I don't think so. We also have daily meals brand like a lunch box that really works on Navratri, where something like a sabudana khichdi is a very big hit. So I don't see myself working in that brand because I don't think so. That brand reflects me.
Reflects you, yeah.
So this brand में मैंने काम किया ना, it started reflecting on your thought, your approach towards different things in life, even professionally, personally भी मतलब, because as a brand manager you're thinking in day out. For me, मेरा thinking session starts post 9-10 PM when I'm laying down in my bed. For that last half an hour before I sleep, I think about the brand. So that वही as a brand manager that gives me that insight, और वो eventually आपका subconscious mind ऐसा रख देता है. तो
Correct.
so a brand really gets reflected by how the brand manager is and what does he think about the brand. So
Okay, so since you are the expert at the pizza category and everything, what currently in the market, like not just about the brands that you're managing, right, but in general in the market, what is some of the things, the problems that you're seeing in the pizza as a product or as a category or something that you think कि ये होना चाहिए, इसमें क्या ऐसा हो सकता है that you think is missing? Say for example, अगर burgers में we recently saw Korean का बहुत वो आया था, correct? So there was the new wave of something that came in burgers, and sometimes obviously cheesy and all has done, but Korean was something, culturally something new was tried. So what do you think in pizza? Something like, I remember that when semizzas you guys had launched, that was something fresh at that time. But more than just the breakage of or presenting the product in a different way, but what is something you think is something that can be done in pizza as a whole category?
okay, I'll talk about a bit more about journal in this category. Ki majoritarily we have tried only American style pizzas. Indians don't realize it that we call this pizza as Italian pizza, but हमने सिर्फ अभी तक American style pizza खाया.
Correct. Agree. ठीक है.
I don't think so 95% and even 99% लोगों ने कभी Italian style pizza खाया है. So I think so that is, and I have being in the industry, I have tried a lot of authentic Italian places. That product is completely different. That experience is different. And जब भी हम पिज्जा खाते हैं ना, तो there is that heaviness that remains but when you eat a proper sourdough pizza, Italian pizza, Neapolitan pizza, वो रहता ही नहीं है. So वो completely transform कर सकता है. अगर if there is this change that will happen, I think so pizza industry could be changed for good.
For good.
Yeah. And that is something that even we are eyeing on. That we are done with these American pizzas. And because हमें pizza starting में खिलाया किसने? American companies.
Exactly. True. Agreed.
So it's high time we move from that. Try the authentic pizzas, and I'm not kidding it. The experience would be elevated like anything.
Anything. Yeah.
And that cost to experience is not that high.
Not that high. Okay.
So that is something that we are trying out.
Okay.
Ki if we are able to transform this whole pizza eating experience, it might be game changer.
Game changer. Okay. And so now talking about some of bit of marketing in terms of content, right? So specifically, say for example, for Avan's story, I've seen that you do a lot of, say, influencer collaborations and in using those influencers for marketing and branding. How do you think a difference, like two parts to it? One, how does an influencer add value? Like how does an influencer marketing plan add value to a category like this? And secondly, what do you think is the difference between working with say an influencer or a celebrity, and how is that gap shifting? Like are people, because people say people don't trust celebrities anymore, but we have also seen that every other reel posted by influencers is paid one. So there is also that gap of trust. So how do you guys go about managing that content bit of it and judging this is a relevant one and this channel content piece will resonate more with our audience?
Got it. So I'll tell you multiple things here. That when we started doing influencer marketing back in, let's say 21-22, we were doing a lot of influencer marketing. Every brand of ours was collaborating with different influencers because that was a major trend back then, right? These influencers shot up during COVID. They were having large chunk of audience, and every brand was moving towards an influencer marketing kind of approach. But right now, as brand manager myself, in last 2 years, we have hardly done any influencer marketing activity, except the time when there are peaks for us. Let's say an IPL, a World Cup, a Champions Trophy, something like that, an event like a Diwali, Holi, that is where we might do something to expand the reach,
To amplify it.
to amplify the reach at that point of time.
Uh-huh.
But I remember earlier it was something that was a BAU for some brands, right? We have completely moved away from that.
Okay. So why have you moved away, and what are you now trying to do?
Because I think so. I'll give you some examples in food industry. You might have heard about Bene dosa, right?
Okay.
It was going viral in Delhi.
Uh-huh.
It went viral around 1.5 years ago back in Bombay. It went viral not because just the product, but the story behind it. It was very authentic.
True.
The whole cafe building experience was very authentic. That's one leg to it. And I'll give you another example. There's this brand called Miss Cheesecake. This is a very tier 2 brand in Jodhpur. Again, a very authentic brand telling the real life experience of building something like a cheesecake, building a cheesecake category in a city like Jodhpur. Now, I personally got really inspired by these, and as different brand managers in Rebel Foods, we took a call that we will build brands on its authenticity, right? So if you will see our Instagram journey from, let's say, 24 to 25, it has been completely changed to making it more authentic, to making it more about the brand. We have different, let's say, strategy for different brand. Behrooz would be more royal experience. So the whole experience of opening an Instagram page of a Behrooz would be about royalty, right?
Okay.
Our story right now would be about cricket. So we'll be posting cricket reels. We'll be talking about the trends that are going on. So it's just not about the influencer. It's about how the brand as a personality plays.
Okay.
So it was initially back in 22. We were amplifying it through influencers. But now it's more about how brand can be more authentic.
So your focus has now shifted towards more brand storytelling, and if on the relevant days, you would try to go with the influencer to amplify it even further. But storytelling is what you're saying is becoming more important for brands.
Because now, as you rightly said, that every influencer is collaborating with a brand, right?
Correct.
And eventually, everything feels forced in. And you'll see in numbers also when there is a brand collab reel versus there is huge difference. Okay?
Yeah.
So now as consumers we also understand it. हम भी scroll करते हैं, हमें पता चल जाता है collab आ गया, जल्दी से ऊपर करो, right? So our way of expressing the brand is very different now. And if we are doing a collaboration, we are currently working on a big collaboration with 2 sloggers during this whole World Cup. हमने पहले we were collaborating with them from last 2 years. पहले हम जब कर रहे थे, it was more कि forced होता था कि यार आना है, ये करना है, वो है. Now it's more of a seamless experience. They are chatting about the match, having a pizza at that time. That's it. आखिरी में एक कॉल है कि 50% ऑफ एक्सक्लूसिवली फॉर योर कंज्यूमर्स. That's it. वो कुछ बता नहीं रहे, ओहो ये मैंने खाया मखनी पिज्जा, मुझे बहुत अच्छा. हमने इसको कहा कि कितना ऑथेंटिक करते हैं हमने. And then you have to trust the influencer also.
Of course.
कि it's not about कि हमने उनको एक लिख के दे दिया कि you have to follow these guidelines.
Correct.
It's we are trusting you as a brand that you really connect with us. And हमारा कस्टमर पर्सोना भी कनेक्ट करता है, हमारा कंज्यूमर्स भी आपको कनेक्ट करते हैं. तो लेट्स डू दिस इंटीग्रेशन बिल्कुल ऑथेंटिकली. कुछ फोर्स फिट नहीं होगा, कुछ बीच में ब्रेक नहीं होगा, ये नहीं होगा जिसमें हमारी ऐड आती है, कुछ ऐसा नहीं करना.
बीइंग ऑथेंटिक टू द ट्रू सेंस ऑफ से स्टोरी टेलिंग और कंटेंट, कि यार कंटेंट देखना आया है तो उसको कंटेंट दिखाओ एंड लेट दैट प्रोडक्ट बी पार्ट ऑफ इट, नॉट फोर्स फिट इट कि मेरा ये ब्रांड इम्पोज करा जाए, but keep your being part of those cultural moments, as you said.
Yep.
And from a brand you are saying focusing more on the storytelling bit of it कि अगर अभी wacky या one story के लिए है तो doing that, and Behrooz के लिए you are saying कि that royal feeling and royalty is important. So fair, I think that's a great point for brands to learn from. One other thing that wanted to talk about is, you know, there was this thing that happened, which is the m- meme culture and trends, right? It is part of our thing, but uh, there was one thing which was happened, that you had sent emotional support pizzas to random people, right? If I'm not wrong. uh, why had you done that, like that kind of a campaign?
We never like India losing, right?
Yeah.
और जब इंडिया हारता है तो हमें इमोशनल सपोर्ट देनी पड़ती है.
हाँ.
तो वी वर जस्ट प्लेइंग आवर पार्ट देयर. सो वही है कि मोमेंट हुआ वेयर कैन द ब्रांड कम इन ऑर्गेनिकली.
Organic.
कोई फोर्स नहीं करना. वी डोंट वांट टू फोर्स आवरसेल्फ. अभी मतलब राइट नाउ देयर इज लेट्स से ईद गोइंग ऑन, राइट? ईद इज बिग फॉर बहरूज, राइट? वी लुक एट दैट कैटेगरी, यार वो बहुत जंप कर रहा है. अब मैं करने को मैं भी कुछ पिज्ज़ाज लॉन्च कर दूं स्पेशली फॉर रमज़ान, डजंट मेक सेंस. मतलब कुछ भी नहीं होगा उसका कंजम्पशन, राइट?
करेक्ट.
तो डोंट मतलब अपने ये जो स्मॉल चीज़ों पे ना फोकस करो, बिग विंस पे फोकस करो कि हाँ जहाँ पे आपका ब्रांड एलिवेंट रह सकता है उस पे फोकस करो. उस मोमेंट को कहीं मिस नहीं कर सकते. उस मोमेंट के टाइम यू आर ऑलवेज देयर. हमारा इट हैज़ बीन वेरी क्लियर फ्रॉम when I started this brand, cricket हो रहा है मतलब a one story हो रहा है.
Fair. Okay, again, being part of the culture.
Yeah.
You're saying. Okay. And these days, many brands are launching their say own sort of IPs, and not just one-off IPs, but like distribution, own Instagram channels, YouTube channels, which have nothing to do with the brand. And I haven't seen that happen as of now in food category, maybe except say Licious has done that. So what are your thoughts on this, about building that IPs and social media IPs? Should brands actually do it? How does a brand benefit out of it?
Got it. So can you clear about give me some examples of what IPs are you talking about?
So say for example, this Zerodha has an IP called 01 by Zerodha, like a YouTube channel and Instagram
Got
channel,
it,
right?
got it.
There's Licious has IP. I forgot the name of the IP, but it is talk about it. The content is around food and different cuisines, etc. Right? They have people talking about that. That is an IP, and say Clear Trip has an IP called Clearly Tripping. So that is, building content for as an IP, which is nothing to do with the brand, but still kind of ties back to that. So in that sense,
I think so. In food, that has been happening since the very start. Let's take an example of Zomato. With their whole YouTube, the way they changed the whole YouTube way of doing things. It was not just about ordering from Zomato. It was very authentic experience of and the guys that were doing it were not YouTubers. They were just marketing people.
yeah.
They tried it out and it worked for them, right? So in a similar way, we keep on doing small IPs. Let's say we would do a IP for a lot of people keep on messaging us for free pizzas. We can do an IP for them. A gang that wants free pizzas, and we do contest with them. So we build that category. So that is where you understand your consumer, what they want, and you build some IPs out of them. Recently, we tried working on Reddit, because I think so Reddit is something that would come up, especially in Gen Zs that are coming up. They really follow Reddit.
But since you brought up Reddit, I had a question though, that we have seen people, like there are a lot of Reddit threads that talks about that the a brand like Avan story of 2019 is not same of 2025, and the kind of product is not that good, or etc. right? These things come up, and sometimes, because you have so much reach in QSR, there might be places that someone doesn't deliver the quality, and I can understand that. So obviously, from product point of view, you can fix the operational challenges and everything. But from a brand point of view, from a communication lens, well, people are commenting, okay, I don't like this. What is it? How do you respond to? What's your decision as a marketing team, as a brand team? Ki if you can't do anything about the product, this has happened, or this is, or if the mishap has happened, it has happened, right? Or how do you respond that? How do you go make sure that it comes across in your communication and you are able to listen to your customer?
Got it. So I'll start with why we were talking about Reddit. It came up to me that a lot of our Gen Z customers don't complain us on Instagram. So Instagram initially it was Twitter, then Instagram was the channel where a lot of customer used to directly complain to us that we had a bad experience. We have a different customer support team that respond to each and every problem. But Reddit as a channel was missing for us. So that's where we even wanted to focus on Reddit. That is a challenge that even our customer support team is not looking at. And as even our social media leads are not looking directly into this channel, that's where we are now betting on this channel. We would be working specifically something different, something new on this channel, and we'll make sure that we don't miss out any customer complaint or problem, because food as a category, you are delivering thousands of pizzas every day. And while we don't want to, but there are chances where there are misses from our end, there is misses from a delivery end, and your experience gets spoiled.
Yeah, correct.
It is important to acknowledge those mistakes or even any miss that has happened and reply to our customer. If we are missing out on any channel that we are not responding to, we need to make sure that we are on there and we listen to our customers from there also.
Fair.
So that is something that we missed out on, and we acknowledge that, and we'll make sure that we are actively there, and we make sure that every comment that gets posted on is replied to and is solved.
So talking about in any category you can have consistent kind of feedback and communication coming away. When it comes to taking insights from the customer and making any content piece or any marketing piece out of it, how does that journey look like? And what's your process of getting a brief to execution, the entire kind of a thing, in terms of how does it work internally for you guys?
Got it. So our customer persona, because every brief starts from a customer persona, what our customer is based on all these feedbacks, all these comments that come in day in, day out.
Okay, fair.
A customer that orders our story would be very different from a customer that orders XYZ pizza, right?
Fair.
So we need to be very sure what our customer is, and every journey flows post. We are very clear what our customers want, why our customers order our story compared to even any other pizza. They want this experience from us. That's why they are ordering our story. So the whole journey starts from there, and that's where we make sure that everything that we start, everything we begin, any let's say we are now planning for IPL. So first step is understanding where our customer is right now, and post that we'll take a decision. Even if I give you example of Abhishek Sharma, we selected Abhishek Sharma because we knew what our customers wanted.
Okay.
For them, our story is not an age-old brand. It's still a new brand that tries out new things, very dynamic. So we wanted someone who was very close to this brand persona. So
got it.
That is where we make sure that everything that we do as a brand, we make sure that maintains.
Got it. Okay. And has there ever been a campaign or a decision that did not go as planned, and how do you actually look at it?
So we do mistakes. We do a lot of mistakes because We keep on taking these new trials. Uh, we about the last mistake that we did was during January only. We were targeting different kind of users during near Republic Day, so that we do a different type of digital marketing campaign then. Did not work out well for us. Because we are working in an industry that is very dynamic, changed the whole thing in a week, and everything came back to BAU. So yeah, because the industry is changing like anything, a lot of decisions are now being transferred to AI. We were just having a session with Google where now even the Google campaigns would be determined by AI, how their AI defines how you should market this product.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of change that is going on, and you need to keep on trying out different things. Some might work, some may not. So so you keep on doing a lot of different things, knowing that it may lead to something bad, and it's okay to fail sometimes.
Got it.
You eventually understand it and learn from it instead of not trying. So, yeah.
Got it. Fair. And how do you see use of AI in marketing? Do you think it will replace completely marketing teams, or how do you see this kind of panning out? And how do you see, because the qualitative aspect of it, because at some sense marketing is also a lot about guts, like the sweet tooth example you said, right? A data might suggest something and everything. So obviously AI will help in productivity and everything, but how do you kind of what do you think you will is the future of brand building and marketing in AI, and is it going to be more human because everything will sound AI, or will actually everything be dependent on AI to kind of improve the kind of product, or in just not the product but the brand communication?
Got it. So I think so. As marketer, our first step is to not be scared of AI. To start learning it as soon as possible. What I understand is that all your procedural work, because there is a lot of procedural work we do day in, day out. Let's say, because in an industry like food, we get sales report top of the morning, right?
Yeah.
And from that, we start to decipher what went well, what went wrong, right? We spend one and a half hour just to understand what happened yesterday, right? That could be done in, let's say, 10 seconds.
True.
Put your data on cloud, make agents out of it. Let your procedural work be done by AI. You'll save 1.5 to 2 hours of that mental piece, because you have to download every report, go through it. I'll give you an example. I was thinking about it because we were having these AI sessions, that because we are delivering in, let's say, 75 cities. We are delivering in 400 plus locations now, and sales is every day, right? Now there are times when our rating gets dropped, and earlier what used to happen, that we used to talk to our zonal head there, understand what's the issue. Issue could be as small as there was a political rally there, roads got blocked, so delivery went late. There was rain, everything got delayed. Now, capturing that took us understanding data first, calling them, understanding from them. For, let's say, a small city like Pathankot, we had to do that manual effort, and this is 75 plus cities. Now, let's say you put this in AI, make your agent understand that any political rally is there, extract from news. If there is rain there, extract from weather, and it will help me identify that your let's say experience was down by this. These were the factors there. I don't need to spend time on it. I understood it from a 10-second job that this might have happened.
Fair.
So reduce your stress and all those procedural work that you did. I don't think so AI would take marketing people's job, because eventually the final decision is based on you, right? You make those final calls. AI might help you get to it, but it's your gut that would eventually lead to that decision.
Got it. Fair, fair. I think decision making is eventually going to be with
And
the human.
it gives you a lot of thinking space
Hmm.
where you can eventually try out something new or think harder on different aspects of the brand. So AI, I think so. It's something that would revolutionize the marketing space for sure.
Got it. Cool. So coming to our final kind of segment, we have a rapid fire segment.
Sure.
And so, is Oven Story really using dairy mozzarella or not?
No,
No? Okay.
we are using mozzarella plus cheddar cheese, so it's a better version of mozzarella.
Okay. Cool. Because this was on Reddit, so comments are completely from there. Okay. What do you think about your competition, like Domino's? Consistently average or averagely consistent?
I won't rate anything against my competition. I think so. Specifically, Domino's. Domino's is something that everyone in India relates their first pizza experience to, right? I think so. Everyone I have talked to had their first pizza as Domino's. So, thank you so much for bringing pizza to India. I'll say that to that.
And what about Pizza Hut? Because it's kind of struggling. So why do you think it happened? And what's happening with them? Is it marketing failure or is it structurally something is wrong?
I think so. They need to improve their product. That is my personal hinge on Pizza Hut. They marketing is something that they can figure out. They are a big group, but I think so. They need to focus on product.
Okay. There are a lot of artisanal brands like Nomad, Leo's, and they're talking about the high value pizza lover. The kind of gourmet pizza that you're mentioning. So is it actually a threat to you guys, or like is it just being niche kind of distraction?
No, it's good to have these competition that is uplifting the market, right? They are eventually uplifting the pizza experience in adding better ingredients, in adding a different experience to how pizza is eaten. So yeah, it's something that will eventually help the industry grow. And for consumers also, they were bored of eating the same pizza. They wanted a change. So this type of players really help understand what a pizza is. Coming back to my earlier point, that they are introducing Napoleon pizzas, Italian pizzas, sourdough pizzas. So these categories would help consumer elevate their experience. And for us, we are on the verge of launching something that is more Italian as compared to American. So we'll help them get used to it.
Okay, fair. Good. So is the era of mega celebrity brand ambassadors dead for Indian QSR?
I don't think so that will ever go out. We love our cricketers, we love our actors, and cricket for me also it is a religion. For everyone in India would remain a religion, and Bollywood is something that really helps us give that over the moon feeling, right? So that would remain. It's on you how to you use it.
How do you use it? Okay. And one brand outside of the kind of brands that you are managing that you think you or your brands can learn from something?
My brands can learn from. There are a lot of brands that are doing great things. I love what Zomato does day in, day out. I love how Emirates have positioned themselves in a different aviation space. So yeah, we can learn a lot from, let's say, from Zomato. We can learn how content is there, how you are relevant for consumer day in, day out, and making sure that every experience that they do, there is consistency in that. So a lot to learn from these brands as a brand marketer also, and as food brands also.
Okay, fair. And one thing you know now about brand building that you wish you had known at start?
That if you know your consumer, uh, your 90% of problems are sorted. So before getting into jargons, before getting into different 4 P's, 7 P's of marketing, understand your consumer first.
Consumer first. It's
Yes.
about the consumer. Fair, great point. And how's the future of Avan Story or the brands that you're managing looking like?
So I'll talk about Rebel as a company. We are on a mission to change how the world eats food. We have just started. So if you see different industries, they have been transformed. Let's say back in 2000, we had CDs. There were CD shops there, and now there is no more. Uh, even cinema as an industry has transformed, right? Food and as an industry has been almost the same throughout last 70 years. We as Rebel Foods have a vision to transform it, and it we are taking those baby steps to change how people eat food and how food as an experience is for consumers.
Okay, great. And lastly, if you have any question for me, you can ask.
Question for you. Uh, I did not think about it, but
Anything random is fine. It's fine.
my question to you would be, why are you doing this podcast?
Great question. Thanks. So, the reason I'm doing this podcast is because I love talking about marketing and brand building. So I have been myself a marketing student, then I worked as a marketer, then it's been 3 years I'm running a content creative brand marketing and production company, and
Right.
so it's been like a journey I love, and I love talking to all the brand managers and marketing heads and people and founders who are behind building a brand and marketing, so that because क्या होता है कि every marketing on the surface of it looks very simple, right? And as a someone who, as a student who is growing up, people would watch a brand की क्यों कर रहे हैं ये, why, right? And what actually goes behind with your experience, what all you told, right? And someone like a young student will be able to understand, अच्छा, these many things have to be kept in mind if I have to enter marketing, right? So
Right.
getting that education out, because I think कि पीछे क्या होता है marketing के, it's still kind of very not out there in the open, right? कि say fitness का सबको पता है what to do with health, right? But marketing करने के लिए इतनी चीजें, what all to be done, right?
Nice.
So to come make sure that comes out
Nice initiative.
for people to know कि how does a startup founder takes it, how does a marketing head take it, how does a brand manager who's managing multiple brands across categories, someone like you, takes it, and what all goes behind thinking, and how tough it is, and how many things you have to take care of. And it's not what एक ad देख के लगता है ये बना दिया, right? It's so many thoughts behind it, and I think to bring that out is very kind of the purpose. And obviously because I talk to a lot of brand managers every day through my business, to get them and talk about what they actually go through, marketing heads and so
Great.
that's the whole purpose. And
All the best to you for this.
thank you. I'm so glad you came, and
Thank you so much.
if you can look in this camera and share how was your experience, and be honest.
I think so. This made me think more about why I'm doing what I'm doing. So thank you so much, Ronit, for hosting me. It was a great session. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.